Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lene, and I hope you're well. And if you're not, I hope you're well soon. And welcome back to my channel. So, I realize that I have been gone for quite a while now, for about a month, if I look at my channel, the last thing that I posted. So, it's been a bit since I've recorded, and it feels a little weird actually recording again, so this one might be a little like all over the place. I have no idea, but here we are. Hi. So, I've had a lot going on in my life, like personally, just like a lot of stuff happening. So I've just been like not really even on social media or anything as much, which honestly I think is good. I think everybody should just like not be on social media for a very long time sometimes and just like, what is it, the saying like touch grass, you know? Just go out in nature and I don't know, just get offline and not be on it. Because sometimes when you're on it for too long, you start to go a little crazy, and all these false realities online that aren't true. They're not like your true real life. So it's just yeah. Anyway, that's the beginning of this video. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys are well. I hope it's been a nice month for you so far. Um, and I can't believe it's already almost the end of this month. The end of March. That's crazy. But yeah, the I'm gonna just talk about some of the things that I've come into focus for me in my life that I feel might be relevant to some people watching this. So, first of all, there are times in our lives where, we may get up in our heads about like how things, like how we want things to be. And we're like, oh, I'm gonna do it this way. This is the way that this is going to happen. This is my plan. And then, unsurprisingly, but somehow surprisingly at the same time, it doesn't go that way. And it goes completely in a different direction than you could ever really imagine. Or maybe you could imagine it, you just didn't think it was possible. So you're just kind of like, interesting. So there are times in our lives where we plan for things to go a certain way, and they don't go that way, and they go a totally different way. And that's good, and that's normal, that's fine. But it's a little disruptive, right? Like, and that's just the flow of life. There's always like disruptions and redirections and ups and downs and whatever the heck is going on in this crazy life for all of us. And I feel like that's very normal. But it doesn't take away from how disruptive or like maybe even like annoying or uh I don't know how else to put that. Yeah. Annoying, disruptive, whatever kind of redirection, things going away you just didn't expect. And it's kind of nice though to be in that chaos, to not know exactly how things are going to work out, because that's part of what makes living so interesting, so special, so fun, um, so funky. I don't know, so fresh. But the more that things have kind of gone in directions that I didn't think they would, the more I'm surprised by that. And personally, like I guess I can talk about my own struggles with like mental health and stuff. I feel like I probably already talked about this on my channel in some video, but I struggled with social anxiety and I still do to an extent, which is also what's surprising that I even started this channel because my social anxiety is like, what the heck are we doing? But here I am. So I've struggled with social anxiety, and in that struggle, like there are times where it's really difficult and it's really debilitating. And I always get through it and I do come out stronger, but I think in experiencing that, I've come to the realization that suffering is really just a normal part of being a human being. I think that's obvious, but like I feel like you don't truly understand these things unless you're like experiencing them like firsthand. So for me, dealing with social anxiety, um, and trying to go against it and really overcome it has been a journey in itself within my own mind that nobody else really sees. And I feel like that's what a lot of people go through, whether it's like a mental illness or a mental whatever, a struggle in general, um, about like a situation that's difficult in their life, like whatever it is, it's always unique and specific, right, to each person. And so other people don't fully really know like what's going on with you, but you're all up in your head and you're learning about things every day, whether you're suffering or you're in a break from the suffering or you're genuinely just happy, like whatever's going on. I've realized that the full range of human emotion is totally acceptable to feel and to experience. And so I've started to realize that my anxiety is not really an enemy. Um, it's more like a teacher, an annoying, albeit annoying teacher in my head that I've learned a lot from. When it comes to social anxiety, like specifically for me, it can warp your perception of how you think other people see you. It warps your perception of, what could happen or what you think's gonna happen in a situation. But in that, in thinking those things will happen, it's strange because once you're out of the anxiety, you kind of realize that yes, anything could happen. But you also start to realize that you're not fully in control of everything that's going to happen and not happen. But also that it's okay to want control in certain ways because you're trying to cope with the situation. You're trying to cope with something that brings you some distress. And again, because we're human, like distress it's okay to feel that, right? It's okay to feel that. And that's one of the things that I've really been trying to accept because I used to demonize my anxiety a lot of the time and be like, "Oh, I can't wait until this stupid anxiety is like gone," or "Oh, I wish I just never had it. Like it's always in my way. If I just didn't have it, then my life would be so much easier." And maybe yeah, it probably would be a little bit easier. But I don't think that I would have learned what I have learned without it. And I don't think that I would be as strong of a person without it. So it's interesting. These struggles are not, they're not bad, quote unquote, if you want to, you know, talk about it like that in that concept. They're not bad. They are teachers in their lessons, and I've been trying to appreciate the whole range of my emotions, and let myself be upset and let myself, maybe say some mean things to myself occasionally because I just feel like I'm not in a good spot. Because that's how you grow. When you accept exactly where you're at, even if you don't like it, that's how you grow. That's how you live. Because I used to think that my anxiety was, I thought there was something wrong with me because of that anxiety. Instead of just accepting it as a part of my unique, specific existence and what I'm here to learn about and experience. So that shift in perspective has been extremely freeing for me because I'm not trying to chase this, perfect state of being where I'm not anxious. Because I may always be anxious. It may just be a part of my life, and that's okay. But now that I've accepted that that's kind of like a part of, what I deal with, or it's just a part of me and my life, it's been a lot better. It's not as difficult to handle it because I know that it's It's just there. It's just part of my experience and it's okay, you know? I hope that makes sense. But, I know I've known people, other people too, that have like different mental struggles than I do. Um, like different ones that are not anxiety, but like depression or OCD, stuff like that. I've known people that have those ailments or those, mental struggles. And it's interesting because their struggles are a little bit different from mine, but in the same way they are extremely strong people and they learn a lot from it. And it doesn't take them down. And it's really beautiful. Seeing people, struggle but still being these incredible people and accepting that this is a part of my life right now. And maybe it won't be there as much like in the future, and maybe it will be. Because the demonizing like mental issues, demonizing any issue makes it worse. And again, what is it? That's the saying, the more you resist, the more it persists. That applies in this situation too. The more you deny your experience, even if it's negative, because everyone is experiencing negative things. I hate to say it, that's what this world is. Actually, don't hate to say it. I love that I just said that. And I'm glad you're hearing it right now. Negative experiences are normal, and there's nothing wrong with them, you know? It honestly, that's been the most freeing thing for me is to be like, okay, I'm feeling like crap right now. And that's fine. You know what I mean? That's okay. So, there is an emphasis in the spiritual community sometimes to want to transcend um, certain feelings and transcend certain vibrations and be positive all the time and just, just be this positive thing that doesn't have any struggle. Just let it go. Like you can't control. But when people do that, and I'm not saying that's wrong, there maybe for some people that does genuinely work. But in most cases, for most people, um, you can't just say, oh, I don't want to feel like that. I'm going to rise above it and then just make it go away. Because when you do that, you are denying the existence of emotions. It's not to say that your emotions are you, because no, you're experiencing them. But if you deny they even exist, if you deny that they are playing a part in your life, if you are denying that you are experiencing emotion because you don't want to experience it, or you think you can just rise above it and be better than it, no. It's part of the human experience. You can't wish away your emotions. You have to feel them. I'm so sorry. So, that's one of the biggest things that I am learning. And it sounds simple, but sometimes it's really not. Some people really have some difficult, tough emotions that they haven't felt, and it's valid that they are running from them. But in running from your emotions and, what may still be impacting you, it's just as bad as not moving forward. Ignoring is trying to forge forward without actually dealing with your emotions and processing and, reframing everything. You're going to get stuck because nothing has changed. Those emotions are still in your body, they're still in your psyche, they still need to be worked through. So, this is going to seem a little bit of a contrast to what I'm talking about, but also, in going in sort of another direction, I've also been in a place where I've been being pushed by spirit to make choices that I normally wouldn't make because of, my experience with social anxiety. doing things that are going to help reduce the control and the hold that social anxiety does have over me sometimes. And, seeking out experiences that are going to be beneficial for my life instead of holding myself back because of the anxiety. See what I mean? So, in saying that, yes, mental struggles are very real. They are things that people experience, and you can't just wish them away. They have to be dealt with head on in whatever way is most appropriate or unique to you. Only you would know. I would not. I am not you. But in having to deal with that, you also don't need to let it hold you back forever. There's a balance to these things, right? A balance to facing your struggles and acknowledging that sometimes things really do suck and that that's normal and okay. And it's one of the things that connects everyone as humans is that we all struggle and we all feel like crap sometimes. And we're all at a low point sometimes. But also, we acknowledge that if we are sitting in that all the time and we are not making any efforts to try and get out of our comfort zone or to experience things that are new to us, that we will just stay in that spot forever. We will stay stuck, stagnant, never moving forward. So it's a balance of doing things that make you uncomfortable so that you can expand your comfort zone. There's someone I was talking to and they told me, they're like, this is how it works. It's like, this is your little box, your comfort zone. And sometimes you'll just like go like a little bit out of it and then it'll grow and then it just keeps going. And that's how it works. It could be just a little step, something small that you haven't done previously because of a struggle or of a belief about yourself that, oh, I can't do that, you know? Yes, we struggle. Yes, your struggles are valid. And there's nothing that's going to say they're not valid. I'm not even going to say a but after that. It just, and, so yes, it's valid to feel emotions, and it's important to move forward and acknowledge that even if you are experiencing some difficult things, you can also move forward. That's not to say that you ignore your emotions. It means you acknowledge them and you process them and you, oh my gosh. So I was pulling cards earlier, actually. This is really funny. So the card is your past supports your future. I thought that was really cool. Your past supports your future. So yeah, your past, things you've experienced that have maybe led to your mental struggles or have just been something that you've always dealt with, support your future. It's fuel. As I said, negative emotions, mental struggles, they're teachers. That doesn't mean they don't suck, and it's totally valid to not like experiencing that. But when you sometimes, like when you do accept that this is your reality and this is what you're experiencing and you're still pushing through and you use it as fuel to enhance your life and to push you forward in a positive way for yourself. Again, not in a way that invalidates you and your feelings and your or trauma or anything, but acknowledges it and uses it as your superpower. That's where your power lies. Your past supports your future. Everything that you've gone through, everything that you've been, is going to bring you where you want to go in some form or another. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I'm glad to be back. I love you guys. So, yeah, I hope you're well, and if you're not, I hope you're well soon. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.